back to another episode of The Decibel. I'm your host, Zachary Powell, and last week we had a set from my band, Rockets to Nowhere. Today, we have another killer band here for you. They're called Miles Apart, and one of their guitarists is one of our very own studio members, Cody Vargo. This first song is Patience. Let's give it up for Miles Apart. Great job, guys. That was Patience. Now we're going to conduct our first interview. So, first question's easy. Introduce yourself and tell us how long you've been playing music.
My name's Cody Vargo. I've been playing ever since I was in, say, 6th grade, and I love it.
Talk in the mic.
I'm Alex Pugh, and I've been playing music since about 5th grade.
I'm Ayden Flynn. I've been playing music since about 6th grade. Been playing guitar for about 4.
I'm Jones, and I've been playing for a year now.
What are some individual musical influences of yours, and just tell us about them? You certain bands?
Yeah, a couple. So a lot of my inspiration for writing comes from a couple of bands. It'd be Tool, Deftones, Korn, System, just all sorts of different stuff. I get inspiration from almost everything that's 2000s, 90s related.
I think the biggest person that I like watching and like taking what he does is Chad Sexton from 311.
One of my big inspirations is Kirk Hammett of Metallica. I really love that guy. I love the way he flows across the stage and his style and his presence as he goes along.
My inspiration is like Green Day. I like a lot of that music.
If you guys could open up for any band, who would it be?
Deftones, for sure.
Either 311 or Deftones.
Metallica.
The Misfits.
Good choices. And our last regular question, how'd you guys get together?
It started with Ayden and I, and he had just started playing, and he came over to my house, and we were challenging each other who could play the Bohemian Rhapsody solo better. And then we were like, dude, we should start a band.
I went over and we were trying to play Bohemian Rhapsody, and I can't even play it anymore. It's been so long, but back then that was like the most impressive thing I could play. So we just decided to start a band from there, and then we got Alex. I met Alex at one of Zach's shows. I met him, and then more time went on, and we got Emma in part of it too.
This next part is the lightning round. So, who would you say is the leader?
That's kind of
You just got a point, yeah. Okay. Who's always late to practice? Who gets distracted the easiest?
wow.
Under the bus. Who's the wisest? Emma's putting you guys to shame.
I'll go with Emma.
Who's the most energetic?
Okay.
Who's the most laid back? Who's the grumpiest? I believe it. Who's the most disagreeable?
Yeah, that would be me.
You're going for them all now. Who's most likely to come to practice and not know a song? Who messes up the most?
It's okay, though.
Okay, and this is the last question for this segment of the interview. In one word, you're going to describe one of your bandmates. So we're going to start with Cody. Cody, you can't answer for yourself. So in one word, describe Cody.
Undecisive.
Moody.
Grumpy.
In one word, describe Alex here.
Late.
Yeah, late.
Late if he even shows up to practice.
How would you describe Ayden?
Ego.
Ego.
Tries to act real funny all the time, even when he's not.
It's not one word.
And last, but certainly not least, how would you describe Emma?
Funny.
Just chill.
Quiet.
On the topic of Emma, why don't you tell us how you ended up in this band? I've been saving this question for last.
Well, I'm actually not from here. I lived in Florida, but I moved here by chance. And then I met Cody and Ayden. We shared lunch together, and then we were all in band last year. And they needed a bass. I had one, but I didn't play. So I learned so I could play with them because I thought it was always, I wanted to be in a band for a while, but I never really got to that. So found them.
Okay, so that concludes the interview, and they're going to play some more songs for us. This next one is No Name, and after it is Deceiver. Take it away.
Take the skin and peel it back. Feel the pain as it bleeds. sharpen the blade. Don't think twice. Feel myself decay, but I'll be okay as I fade away. Can somebody please help me? Can somebody please take my Can somebody please take my Can somebody please take my soul? You can't take mine, 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 you can't take mine. Trust in you, try to trust in you, in me, and I.
was No Name and Deceiver. I got a few more questions for you guys. And you don't not all of you have to answer. You can elect one member. It's up to you. First question is, what's the songwriting process look like for you guys?
Well, usually what I'll do is I'll just sit down and kind of write a riff, and Alex will be like, "Hey, that's catchy," and then I'll like write something with it. Be like, hey, "That sounds really good." I'm like, "Okay, well, we wrote a riff. Let's work on lyrics," and then we work on lyrics. So it kind of goes riff, drums, and then lyrics.
Do your practices always look like that? Are there any deviations? Like,
Sometimes it changes. Sometimes I'll go off a drum part first or something. But lyrics are usually last for me, unless I have a really good idea and it comes first. But that rarely ever happens.
how's your work ethic? Do you guys like work to the bone, or do you go and goof off and?
We will have like about an hour where we really get into it, and then we're like, okay, let's go like play some like Call of Duty or something, and then we like go and like go out like let's go get McDonald's. And that's what we do.
It'd be like that. It's okay.
Yeah.
What is patience about?
Patience is about some kind of personal stuff to me that has happened in my life, and I've just used my music as a way to get it out. And it's really about my dad, and I don't really have to get into it, but it's just some personal issues, you know.
Gotcha. What about Deceiver?
Deceiver is actually the same thing, kind of in a way, just slightly different subject, but same premise.
What about No Name?
No Name was just kind of something I came up with. I was just kind of in my room and I just wrote lyrics. I'm like, that sounds catchy. It's not really about anything. It just like sounded good.
That's sometimes the best songs just come about that way.
Exactly.
We also made that like 5 minutes before show, so we couldn't come up with a name.
Yeah, we came up with it 5 minutes before we had to play it the next day, and
Yeah, we
it
learned
was
it in
all
2
right
days.
for only doing it one time the day before.
It was just meant to be.
It was just meant to be, for real.
So what should people be on the lookout for from you guys?
Say that again?
What should people be on the lookout for? Shows, recordings?
Yeah, so when it gets a little warmer outside, we plan to get back into it, and we are going to get at it and just start doing some shows. We're in the studio right now trying to get some songs recorded and out on the radio. I don't know how long that's going to be, but we're getting at it. You know, we're trying to get there, so.
Okay, well, you guys think you could play us out?
Yeah, absolutely.
You sure? It's not a hassle? No, it's not. Okay. You guys are wonderful. Thank you so much.